Hello, Stacey. It is so lovely that you've taken time out on this sunny afternoon to speak with us at Babywatching. You are a fantastic group leader at your school and a wonderful teacher. And I'm asking these two really interesting questions, which is, what do you love about Babywatching and what impact has it made on the children that you work with? So over to you.
Oh, where do I begin? Babywatching, when I first heard about it, I thought, how is this going to work with the children? And I've watched you deliver many sessions and then went to the training course myself and now can deliver the sessions. And it's just how something so simple and peaceful can change the way the children interact with each other, change the way they interact with their siblings, change the way they interact with me. They see me as someone they can talk to because they have that modelling of listening and taking turns and all that ethical vocabulary they build into themselves. And just, you get some real deep insights from children that are unexpected, children that maybe are quiet in the classroom suddenly come out with this really inspired thought about what the baby might be thinking or feeling, and that empathy that it inspires, and just, it's just so powerful and wonderful.
Yes.
It's hard to explain which bit I love the most. It's the interaction with the children, the fact they talk about it afterwards and they come up to you and they ask questions like, how old is the baby now? I wonder if the baby will have grown when we're seeing the baby next. And they're just, it's amazing. And well, I've spoken to you before about, I had a child who was a selective mute who suddenly decided that she was allowed to communicate with me and that talking in class was safe. And that was just, I don't know of anything else that would have made that difference to her.
Yes.
That she was able to open up and it was okay to ask for help because the baby needed help and I can ask for help too. Yeah. And also for children who want to watch on the outside, even though they don't seem to be taking part and joining in, it is going in. It's going in at a different level.
Yes.
And they just see little changes in how they interact with each other and how they'll offer help and how they'll ask for help, and they'll maybe do things that you didn't realise they didn't do before. Because sometimes those children can slip between the cracks. Sometimes those children who just get on and seem to be okay, and then something like Babywatching, they can suddenly go, no, actually I can talk to you about this thing that's annoying me or bugging me. I can say, actually I'm not okay at playtime and I think I'd like you to help me with this, or I think I want some new friends, can you help? And it just opens that door for discussion about emotions and discussions about things that aren't academic in school.
That's amazing, Stacey, because there's several things there that you said about how it's transformed your relationship with the children and the children's relationship with each other. But it's amazing that they feel they're so safe because of the model that you've been in as you as a group leader, that you are now such a safe person to say, well, actually, I can use words and tell you about this, that this is bothering me. And instead of the behaviour acting out, they're telling you instead because you're now so safe.
Yeah. Just that ability to go, well, actually, I can come and say, this is annoying me, as small as the problem might be, or as big as the problem might be. They just know that we can have that chat, we can have that discussion.
Which is
not a teacher,
and it's given them permission to have all those feelings, which are really normal, and that they are allowed to tell them to you because you will hold and value them.
When they see the baby getting upset or frustrated or angry with mummy because I'm not allowed the toy and I can't reach it, and they go, oh, we're allowed to be angry, being angry is okay. I'm a bit angry about this. And it's so powerful. It's hard to explain unless you've seen it and been part of a group.
I know, it's wonderful. And you've also told me before about how you talked about ethical vocabulary a moment ago, but you've also talked about the growth in the sort of emotional vocabulary and how that then feeds into other aspects of their school work, I suppose, their school life, and also how calm they are, that it has an effect on the way that they focus.
Yeah, well, they can say to the person that's on the table, I'm feeling really cross right now because you have the rubber and I've asked you for it. And whereas before they perhaps would have hit them, lashed out, shouted, been cross.
Yeah.
They can actually say, no, you're really annoying me now, to another person. And just have that, it's permission. It's permission to have all the feelings, and that everyone has all the feelings, even babies, even teachers, even mummies.
Yes. And to find a kind way to express them so that but also a positively assertive way, not just to be trampled on or to just, just take over. A more
Mm.
assertive, positive way of talking to one another.
Well, it's the ability to say no to things as well, because when mummy isn't letting the baby pull her hair or grab something that isn't the baby's, and we're like, well, why does mummy have to say no? The baby's upset, but why does mummy need to say no about that? And to keep her safe because it's not hers. And then they sort of internalize that and understand, oh, well, maybe that's why people say no to me. When I want something, I get told no. And you can see like a little light bulb moment in the head, oh, well, I'm allowed to say no. I don't want to play with you today, I want to play with someone else. And it's just, yeah, it's huge,
Yeah.
especially with the whole environment of consent now. Empowering children to be able to say no, I
Yes.
think, is very important.
Yes. So that the whole concept of safety, actually, in a much broader way. And do you think it makes them more accepting of difference and accepting of one another, more tolerant?
Oh, definitely, because you can see when children have different abilities in school, sometimes they'll be like, oh, they can't do that. Oh no, I'm not going to ask them for help because I know that they do almost see the children that have difficulties and either not ask them for help or not interact with them during a working time.
Yeah.
But then they see that the baby can't do certain things, and they go, oh, well, the baby's learning to do that. The baby's learning to getting better at walking, getting better at turning over. And they seem to get a bit more patience, a bit more understanding for those children that are struggling in class. Oh, they'll get there, and come with me, and I'll help you with this, and I'll do your shoelaces up, and watch what I'm doing. And they do it. They get a very nurturing side towards those children. Children who've got behavioural difficulties as well. They can say, "Oh, well, that person's feeling angry.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, I'll give them some space,"
Wow.
rather than, "Oh no, what are they doing? Oh, just
Yeah.
oh no, they must be feeling cross."
Yeah. So, Stacey, yes, as a teacher, and you've got so much pressure on you, to deliver such a packed curriculum. Do you think baby watching is something worth finding space for?
Well, definitely, especially with the whole curriculum broadening that we're doing now and avoiding narrowing of the curriculum. It's the speech and language development. It's taking turns, it's listening to other people, it's making sure that you're making eye contact, all those social cues that need to build up before you can have written language. You need to have the verbal and the vocabulary they pick up and the sentence structure. And I've had a lot of VAL children joining in the group, feeling more confident to speak English during the session because, if you could give the baby words, what would the baby say? It's not putting pressure on them. It's, oh, if I was the baby, I might, and they can come up with all sorts of things, and there's no pressure to get it right because it's a nice safe space. And then also with the PSHE, the emotional literacy, just it's so important. If anything, I'd rather miss something else out than miss out baby watching.
Yeah. Oh, Stacey, you are just such a superstar, and it's so lovely to talk to you this afternoon, and I really appreciated that. So I'm sure we may well get a chance to do another video together, which would be great. So in the meantime,